Now we are going to learn about phrasal verbs. And these phrasal verbs are very important because they are good to express ideas, and we should have to learn them since they are very important and they are not direct. So we should have to know, okay, their behavior, and we should have to learn number of phrasal verbs, and they are important since they are indirect, and they are very good to express ideas. It is very important to know them or to learn about phrasal verb. So that is why today I have presented a lesson related to phrasal verb. Right. The content said that phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs consists of a verb plus a particle. Okay, a phrasal verb can be formed by using a verb and a particle. A verb and a particle together gives us a phrasal verb. Particles are words like that of as, to, after, of, in, and lastly up, and etc. These are some of the words that can be taken as a particle, and they are helpful in order to make phrasal verbs along with a verb. Most phrasal verbs have several meanings, which means a phrasal verb can have two or more than two meaning, or we can use phrasal verbs in order to express many ideas. For example, put down, make up are some of the phrasal verbs that can have several meanings. Okay, so we should have to learn more about phrasal verbs in order to express our idea effectively using phrasal verbs in English. Some phrasal verbs have a particle which is made up of two words. Okay? For example, made is a verb, up is a preposition, and of is a preposition. So this made up of is a phrasal verb that has formed by bringing three words together: made up of and look forward to. Okay, look forward to. So by bringing these three words together, we can form phrasal verbs in order to express our ideas. So you should have to learn more about this kind of phrasal verbs. Okay? Phrasal verbs behave in different ways grammatically. Some can be split and some cannot split, which means you can divide or you cannot divide. Or there are some phrasal verbs that can be divided, or in the contrary, there are also some phrasal verbs that cannot be divided. So you should have to know these related to phrasal verbs. The objects of some phrasal verbs usually goes between the verb and the particle. For example, put the book down. Here, put down. The object, the book, is in between the verb puts and the preposition down. Okay, down. So look, the object is in between the two puts and down. So there is a condition that a phrasal or an object of a phrasal verb can be occur in this manner. Put the book down. So the object is in between the verb and the preposition. So you know that, or you should have to know that there are such kinds of phrasal verbs that can be served in such a way. Alright, if it is a noun, the object of this phrasal verbs can also go after the particle. For example, put down the book. Put down the book. So if it is a noun, the object of this phrasal verbs can also go after the particle, we say. So for this, or to illustrate this example, put down the book. So here is the noun. So the noun, the book, has appeared after the particle down, okay? Put down. This is the verb and this is the particle. So the object has occurred after the particle down. Put down the book. Put down the book. The book is noun and it has occurred at the end of the particle down. But if the object is a pronoun, it must go between the verb and the particle. So as a rule, we should have to learn it very well. So here, since it was noun, it has occurred after a particle down. But here in this example, put it down. Put it down. So it is a pronoun. So it has occurred between put and down. So the object is pronoun. So it has occurred in between the verb and the particle put and down. So there are lots of phrasal verbs that are similar with this one, and you should have to learn and practice in using and making sentences related to this kind of phrasal verbs. The objects of some phrasal verbs always goes after the particle. For example, I am looking for my books. I'm looking for my books. So looking for is a phrasal verb, okay? Looking is a verb and for is a particle. My books is an object. So in this way, we can also use phrasal verbs. In this way, we can also use phrasal verbs. Or an object may come after a phrasal verb like this one. Some phrasal verbs are intransitive. They do not take an object. For example, they are going out now. They are going out now. Okay, they are going out now. Here, after this phrasal verb, there is no an object. So that is why we said that there are some phrasal verbs that are intransitive. Phrasal verbs and their meaning. Let we try to see some phrasal verbs and their meaning, okay? Here are the phrasal verbs, okay? And here is their meaning. Be afraid of, it is to mean that to be frightened by. Ask for, okay? Be afraid of means to be frightened by. And ask for is a phrasal verb and its meaning is to request. And break down is a phrasal verb and its meaning is 1, to cry, and 2, to stop working. Break down means to cry or to stop working. Break in is a phrasal verb and its meaning is to get inside a building by damaging a door or a window. Break in is a phrasal verb and its meaning is to get inside a building by damaging a door or a window. Okay, so this is the meaning for break in phrasal verb. Break up is also a phrasal verb and its meaning is 1, to smash into pieces, and 2, to end, and 3, to stop an activity. So as we have said at the beginning of our discussion, we have seen that a phrasal verb can have one or more than one meaning. So this is a best example for that, because break up has meaning: 1, to smash into pieces; 2, to end, or 3, to stop an activity. Right. So, call on is a phrasal verb and its meaning is to visit someone. Carry on, okay, call on is a phrasal verb and its meaning is to visit someone. And carry on is a phrasal verb and its meaning is to continue. And check in is a phrasal verb and its meaning is to register at a hotel or airport. And check up is a phrasal verb. Its meaning is to make sure that something is correct or someone is well. Okay, well. And came across is a phrasal verb and its meaning is to find something unexpectedly or to find by chance. Came down is a phrasal verb, okay? Came across is a phrasal verb and its meaning is to find something unexpectedly. And come down is a phrasal verb and its meaning is to reduce in price. And here are some examples on phrasal verbs, okay? They have always been afraid of leopard. We asked them for help. The bus broke down far from here. The police broke up the fight. My friend called on me last week. Carry on doing your assignment. The guests checked in at in luxury hotels. So, have you checked up on your father since his illness? I came across my friend in town. The price of drinks has came down in the sale. So these are some of the phrasal verbs, or these are some of the sentences that has contained phrasal verbs. Please study phrasal verbs and do example sentences like this one for yourself. Thank you for watching.